All right, so on Friday we were talking about coming up with common denominators, right? All right, so we're going to do that now to help us add rational expressions together. All right, so for letter A, again, I always want to factor first, see if I can cancel anything out. So that would be -1 over x plus 2, x plus 1, plus x over x plus 1. Okay, so if you're looking at that two terms, right, in order for them to put them together, they have to have the same denominator, right? So this has an x plus 2, x plus 1, and this has just an x plus 1, right? So what is, out of those two denominators, what would your common denominator be? And x plus 2, right? So this has an x plus 2 factor, right? This one is missing an x plus 2 factor, right? So how am I going to get this term to have that x plus 2 factor? Right. So you're going to multiply what you want on the top and the bottom. Right? Because essentially multiplying it by x plus 2 over x plus 2, you're really just multiplying it by 1. Right. So when you do that, right, I wouldn't really multiply the denominators. Just keep them kind of in factored form. Right? So that's going to give me x plus 2 over x plus 1. Right, so now I have my first term, right, x minus 1. Now, if I multiply my second term by my new denominator, what do you get? Right, so you're going to add x squared plus 2x. All right, so you do x times x times 2. All right, now that they have the same denominator, you can put them together. All right, so if I simplify the top now, I get x squared plus 3x minus 1 over x plus 2, x plus 1. Okay, now, can I factor the top here? X squared plus 3x minus 1. The only way if this number here is -1, the only possible number that I could get would be 2. All right, so I cannot factor that. All right, so this would be your final answer. All right, and then what could x not equal? All right, so that's what we're doing for this whole process, is trying to make two terms come down to 1. We have to figure out what are they missing. Okay? All right, for letter B, I have 7 over 9x squared, right? Plus x over, I can take out a 3x, I'm left with x plus 1. Okay, so is there any way that I could rewrite 9x squared so that it has a factor of 3x? 3x times 3x, right? So you have 7 over 3x times 3x plus x times 3x, x plus 1. Okay, so they both have a common factor of 3x, right? But what factor is this one missing? X plus 1. And then what factor is this one missing? 3x, right? So you're going to take the first term, you're going to multiply it by x plus 1, and then you're going to take the second term, and you're going to multiply it by 3x. So I got x plus 1 over x plus 1, and I got 3x over 3x. Okay, so what does that give me? All right, so if I multiply the 7, I get 7x plus 7, right? And then if I multiply the top, I get 3x squared, right? And then if you put them together, you get 3x squared plus 7x plus 7 over 9x squared times x plus 1. Is there any way I can factor that top? Okay, so that would be your final answer. So what could x not equal? 0 and negative 1. Okay. We good so far, those first two? All right, so if I'm going to rewrite C, now this is a subtraction, so you're going to kind of have to pay attention to the negative. So you got x over x plus 3 minus now 18 over x plus 3, x minus 3. All right, so what would you do next? Right. So your common factor or denominator should be x plus 3. Oops, sorry. X plus 3. All right, so I get x squared minus 3x over x minus 3x plus 3 minus 18 over x minus 3 x plus 3. So you'd have x squared minus 3x minus 18. Remember, you distribute the negative, and you got x minus 3 x plus 3. Okay, could you factor the top? It'd be what? X minus 6, x plus 3 over x minus 3, x plus 3. Now what can I do? Right, so you got x minus 6 over x minus 3. So x cannot equal negative 3 and 3, right? All right, so what do you have at negative 3? Good. And then what do you have at positive 3? Asymptote, right? Good. Okay. So, all right. Let's do one more. You guys can- Okay. Can I factor anything on the left side? Denominator, right? So I'd have x plus 2. I can take out a 2, right? So that would give me x minus 1. Could I do anything on the second term? Okay, so that gives me 2x plus 1. X minus 3. Okay. What so what is this missing over here? Okay, good. And then what is this missing? 2. All right, so x minus 3 on the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to multiply by 2 over there. All right, so that gives me 2 times x minus 1, x minus 3. And then what should I have on the top? Let's see. Minus, I'm sorry. It would be minus x minus 6. All right, so if I multiply the 2 on the top, that gives me negative 2 times 2x plus 1 over 2 times x minus 1, x minus 3. All right, so I'm going to try and combine now, right? So probably should maybe multiply this back in so I know what to combine. So this gives me negative 4x minus 2. Okay, so I got 2, x minus 1, x minus 3. Okay, so this is the only x squared term that I have, correct? So I can just kind of write him down. So you have negative x minus negative 4x. So what would that be? Good. And then you have negative 6 minus negative 2. Good. Okay. Can you factor the top at all? Or yes, negative 1. Good. And then I can cancel out my x minus 1s. I'm left with x plus 4 over 2 times x minus 3. And x cannot equal 1 or 3. You okay with that? Alright, so see if you guys can figure out the last two. What is that? That is E and F.